going to take these little tiny babies to the airport, and then these little tiny babies will be they'll be boarded onto a plane and they'll fly off to Galveston to a hospital there. Now, we told you earlier that some parents are not able to get there to be with their newborns, which must be agonizing because it's terrifying enough to have a newborn in ICU, right? But the doctors say that they will be with the babies all the time, and the doctor in charge of the neonatal care unit, he said he would stay there until the last baby is transported. He will be there. He says he and his people love these babies, so not to worry. Kelli Nation now joins me by phone. She works for a company that's brought in 200 nurses from around the country to staff hospitals in the disaster zone, and she's helping to organize the relief effort. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you talk a little about transporting these babies?
Yes, ma'am. I'm proud to be the CNO for the HCA healthcare system here in the Gulf Coast Division. And I can tell you that transferring those NICU patients are really it's a very difficult process. The first priority for the majority of those NICU babies is their respiratory status, which is maintained with a ventilator. And frequently they also require cardiovascular support, which is most likely accomplished via medication. And our NICU babies are closely monitored during transfer by a highly skilled neonatal ICU nurse. And the isolates that you spoke of earlier are very important because that helps maintain their temperature.
Oh my goodness. So tell us the process. They're going to bring these babies out in their little incubators and load them into the ambulances?
Yes, ma'am. And while they're doing that, they will be monitoring those babies very closely. They will have a neonatal ICU nurse that is highly skilled and competent there with them to ensure that the baby's vital signs remain normal and that their respiratory status is intact. And they will monitor that throughout the entire transport process. And then once they arrive at the receiving hospital, they will continue to monitor that baby and really make any adjustments to the ventilator and the medications that they need to, that the baby might have sustained a little bit of trauma during the transfer. So they're going to be watching those babies very closely.
I know, and you say, I know, and there's some parents who can't be with their babies, and that's got to be agonizing, and we keep hearing that the nurses and doctors love these babies. So tell us more about that so these parents can be comforted.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I can tell you that the NICU nurses and the neonatologists, they truly do love those children. Many of those NICU babies are with those nurses and physicians for months at a time, and they really develop a special relationship with those babies as well as the mothers and the fathers. And I am just certain that they're going to take great care of those babies during this transportation process.
Well, Kelli Nation, thank you for your efforts in flying those nurses down to help everybody in need in Texas, and thank you for clearing things up for us for those babies, because those little babies are so sweet. Thank you so much, Kelli Nation.